Hello and good morning from Alaska. It's still morning here. This is Alaska Tracy, 10 o'clock Alaska time with my guests. Thank you very much for being here, Jessika Phillips and Mike Gingerich. And what I'm going to do is let each of you just talk a little bit about your companies and your expertise and and we'll go from there. And I just welcome everybody. You can put comments over there. If you click on the little backslash, you get all sorts of options to ask questions. And we're excited to be talking Facebook tips and tools to grow your database and to answer all sorts of fun questions. So ladies first, Jessika.
All right. Well, first of all, thank you so much, Tracy, for having me on with you. It's an honor and a good sight to see you again today. I miss you from social media marketing world. It's great connecting with you there. But my name is Jessika Phillips, as you mentioned, and I am founder and president of Now Marketing Group in the Relationship Marketing System. We are a digital marketing agency that helps clients build know, like, and trust relationships with their ideal audience to grow that repeat referral business. So everything from web design to ongoing social media management, that is what we do.
Yes. And how long have you been in business, Jessika?
I am celebrating my 6th year as of in May 21st.
Yay! And if you like what we're saying, go ahead and give us a little hoo-hoo-hoo. That's wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job. Thank you for being here. And Mike, welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good to be here. And a little bit about me then. I am president of a digital agency called Digital Hill, and we specialize in web software development. So we've done things like build Tapsite.com, which is used for Facebook contests, and Waftio, which is a lead capture tool, which we will talk about today. And we also build kind of advanced websites for small, medium-sized businesses that need some of those extra tools to get things done online. I'm about all things digital, so digital marketing strategies, and I do that through two things: a podcast called Halftime Mike that I invite people to have a halftime break with me where I can share some digital marketing tips with them, because I'm from Indiana and we play basketball here, and you always got to take a halftime where you go in and the coach says, hey, let's evaluate the first half. What went right, what went wrong, and what do we need to do in the second half to be successful? So that's what my halftime break is about. And I'm also the co-host of the Magnet Marketers Weekly Blab on digital marketing with the wonderful Jessika Phillips.
Yay.
And what day is that on, you guys?
That's on Tuesdays, and it's at 4 o'clock Eastern time, New York City time, here in the mainland.
Nice. The lower 48, we call it.
Yeah.
I'll show you my view quick. I always have to do this when I'm on these.
Yeah, I was interested about the moose.
There it is.
Can you see the mountains?
Oh, yes.
So beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
So nice.
It's quite amazing place. My husband ran into 2 bears, 2 days ago.
Well, you keep posting these pictures of moose too. Like you find them all the time. They're just standing there in the road and that type of thing. So that's amazing.
They're amazing. Yeah. They always appear when I'm in fear in life. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of totem animals before, but I believe they're my totem animal. They always appear when when something's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get going and just talk about all the new changes in digital media and really the importance of growing a database. I started a business back in 2003 and realized the importance way back then of growing a database, because when I sold the company, it became really valuable, mostly because of that database.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now we introduce digital media and all the changes, and what are your takes on growing a database using Facebook?
So important.
Yeah, go ahead, Jessika, and start, and I'll pull in some cracks maybe.
Awesome. So I would say definitely, with all of the tools that are out there, like social media, like you mentioned, and all these exciting things that you can use to nurture and grow relationships, it's still important to really focus on your home base, which is your website. And our goal in business is to build those relationships with our audience. And they may be coming to our website maybe one time or coming back a second time. But if we can get them in a database, not only are we growing, like you said, property that you could use then later that is valuable, but now you're growing this list that you can continue to nurture ongoing. So if they're not really quite ready to buy the first time that they're coming to your website, you're able to start nurturing that lead and send them emails and, hey, keep them in the know of what's happening. Or if they already are a customer, growing that database is important because now you can continue to delight them and keep your business top of mind. So when thinking of other tools like Facebook or Twitter or any kind of social media, the plan should be always and forever to have conversations there, but to drive them back to your website or at least have them part of your database in some sort.
Yep.
Very good. I'm always blown away too, working with big companies, little companies, startups, that they don't get the importance that is the foundation of a business.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The website, the database, and then all these other webs.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I think just to emphasize two things that you said. So, number one, if you ever do go to sell your business, I mean, that's a key piece they want to look at. What is your list? What is the potential that obviously they look at your client base and, your profitability, but then they want to know, what is that audience that you have potential to reach, that you have made some type of contact with, which is, what your list is. And then, as we've talked about, a lot of people get into social media and they think it's, all about sharing and being funny and engaging on social media. And, there's definitely that social aspect to it, but you ultimately need to move them from a unknown entity to some type of known person that you can communicate with. And so growing your email list, your database that way is the key to do that. And so, we always talk about moving, social as part of that attraction and engagement strategy in a top of the funnel kind of aspect. And then you move them over to your website where or on your Facebook page where you can have an opportunity for lead capture. And that lead captures can be as simple as, name and email address, something that you offer in exchange for that is of value and related to your business to move them into, a known entity deeper into your funnel to someone that is not an unknown, but now a known that you can nurture then and build rapport with going forward.
Exactly.
Right. Very good. Very good. Can you guys hear me?
A little bit. Yeah.
I wonder why that is. Oh no. When I'm teaching, I teach there's all different people I work with, all different budgets. So there's free places to go to build a website, all the way up to the WAFTIO, the CRM management. It's just starting with something and continuing to add in people on a weekly basis. Mm-hmm. What would be a key for a startup business that, Jessica, you would give to somebody who doesn't even have a database yet, doesn't really even understand the importance of it? What would be a starting point?
I always tell clients before they think about how they're going to build it, think of what they're going to offer. So starting with your content first, you have to give people a reason to want to come to your website and a reason to want to stay if they do become a part of your list as a part of that list. So focus on your content first. And just to touch on what Mike had said in the email that now it's a known property, not just a known property that you're sending information to and moving through that funnel, but now with an email address, you do have a way of seeing what kinds of content people are consuming and how often they're coming back to your website with, a CRM tool that you can use to measure it and add on kind of to an analytics. So if you're just getting started, focus on the content that you know that you have in you that you can offer that is very valuable to your audience, and build that out first. And then think about what's the best way of delivering this. If you can get away with a small, 5-page website and, a MailChimp or whatever to start email distributing, okay, definitely continue to grow. Your website's never done, in my opinion. You're always evolving and growing it, but you have to focus on first the value that you're going to deliver, and then talk about the vehicle that you're going to deliver it on in.
Very good. Very good points. Mike, what would be your take on that, just starting up?
Yeah, I think that maybe I'll just give you a couple examples. I think that you need to understand your audience, your industry, what's going to be something of value to them, and so I know that, for example, with a commercial builder that we're working with, and they were getting started, and so what's a simple offer that a commercial builder can do for a lead capture? And it's like, well, this is a process where people are planning in advance. They're thinking through that. So we help them create a planning guide for your building a commercial property. What do you need to know ahead of time? It's kind of like a checklist type of thing. So that's, in advance of that. And so that was, that's related to their product or service, but it's not their product or service, but it's something that someone is going to think through ahead of time. And if you can help them in that, you get on their radar. And so that's one example. So it's kind of finding that, related component. So if you're a startup, in the tech industry, and you've got that beta out there, maybe it's giving somebody early access. And so by giving them their name, email address, they can get some early access to some things and can experiment and give you feedback. So it's finding something relevant of value that, isn't your product or service, but that is enough value that they want to opt in and join your list.
So I'm hearing be a giver.
There you go.
Yes.
Right? Be a giver.
Yes.
And we don't all need more emails. We all need something that's going to add value and help us. The last thing people want to sign up for is more emails in their inbox. But like Mike said, if you can meet them where they're at with a need, it doesn't have to be, please don't, do a sign up to be sold. You don't want to send them the reasons why you should choose our company, A, B, and C. You need to send them something that is going to be of value and where they can start building that trust with you. Like Mike had said, meeting them where they're at, even though it's not directly maybe related to your service, it's directly related to your persona and their needs. Then you have that relationship building aspect with them that you can continue to grow and nurture, and that they're going to refer on then from there.
Exactly. When I started social media, I was in real estate, and it always amazed me how many people, and still, like my page, and then you go to their page and all they talk about is real estate and their sales and their buyers, and the average person buys a home once every 7 years. So I might not page, and it's not training people, training our minds to get away from traditional advertising where it was all about look at me, me, and give.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
So let's move into Facebook and just talk about the pages. Speaking of, what you post on, what people post on Facebook pages, and really how it's become a pay-to-play game. Mm-hmm. How could somebody grow their email list using a Facebook page in today's Facebook world of pay-to-play game?
Right. I think a simple way is that, again, either through a app like TabSite, or by having something on your website that's a lead capture page, a lead capture opportunity, that you then can create a post about that on Facebook, and you can link to it. And so that's a way that you can create an offer and share that in a Facebook post. And you could even create a ad to that, and boost that. So you're getting to all of your fans, or you're getting to a certain demographic. They would see that post in their news feed, they can click through, which will take them over to what that offer is. So that's a simplistic outline of a way to do that on Facebook.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know is actually the little click here for.
Yeah.
Right? The little
TA.
tab that you're talking about.
Yep.
Click here for more information on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's just lots of ways you can do that. I mean, so you can do it in image posts. Now, one of the unique ways that I like to do this as well now is using a short video that's uploaded to Facebook, because Facebook video is getting precedence in the news feed, and people are interacting with those good. So if you can create a short video and explaining what your opportunity is, the lead capture piece, and you load that to Facebook on the desktop version, then you can create that post and you have a call to action option. And so you can say, one of the options is learn more, for instance. And so you can say at the end of your video, and now when this video ends, there's going to be a learn more button that's going to come up here. Click on that and you come over and there's the rest of the details. And boom, that's going to go into the news feed and they can watch that short little video, they get that understanding, they click through there.
Exactly. Yep.
And that's free.
Absolutely. That's the free version. You don't have to do anything paid to do that. Yeah, Facebook's giving you some very nice tools that way. I mean, with a integrated call to action at the end of a Facebook uploaded video, I mean, that's some powerful stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
Exactly. I like how you talked about tab site, because the contest management, contests are one way to growing your page depending on your industry. But even though Facebook released to where you can hold a contest on your page legally in Facebook's legal terms, that you could say, hey, comment below and, we're going to pick a random winner to, win this prize. But you're not getting any follow-up data from that. I was actually just talking about that to a customer today. They were coming in and we're talking about ways of growing their new page. And we said, okay, but you want that follow-up information. You spent this time, you spent money on the prizes. You don't want this just to be a one-time feel-good moment. Use a site like Tab Site, and you can create the same kind of contest, but loop it into where you're now getting their name and email address, and you can stay connected to them that way. Another way, of course, as you had mentioned, the goal again is to drive people back to your website. So we use kind of a ratio I've talked about before, but called the 10-4-1 on posting. So 10, you're sharing other people's content and content related to your personas. 4 is going to be your own kind of blog content or value-added content that you're sharing out. And then 1 is that soft sale kind of post, more of like a value-added download, or taking them to a page onto your website where you're giving them something in exchange for their name and email address. But if you use that ratio, it doesn't feel like you're being pushy. You're just using this as a way of staying engaged and offering value. So, and you're still giving value through that download, but now you're starting to grow your list, and it's reminding you to still drive people back to your website. The last tip I will recommend on Facebook is Facebook Notes. Christian actually shared from Social Chefs. He shared some great ideas at Social Media Marketing World on ways of using notes for your Facebook. Instead of just duplicating and putting your blogs on there, maybe start and put your downloads, your information on, your value added offers. So like, let's just say we have a download on the best time of day to post on social media. And we're going to start off, maybe with the first few platforms, but then say, hey, to download this, go to this link and you can get all of them in a PDF that now you can print off, right? So you're using it in a creative way. We've done this with like Facebook albums, like photo albums, where you're taking a picture of the image that you would have on your landing page on your website, putting it in albums and doing it that way. To grow your list, and then putting it back to the link on your website in order to get it. So just using the tools that are already there in a way, like you said, that is free, but it's just a creative way of people going through your content that they can find it and have easier access to get back to your website.
That's brilliant, because man, I have just so notice the algorithm on Facebook, how it's, and man, I look so white next to Jessika down there. Like I'm just going, I keep moving. I'm like,
wall.
and then I look over at Mike and I'm like, well, I guess I'm not that. I mean, we're kind of it's good we're up on top together. But man, do you have a special light that you're using, Jessika?
So turning it around, can you see?
Oh.
I have lights on both sides.
What are those? They're awesome.
They're video lights, like for video. But I use them.
There's a studio right there.
Yep.
I love that. I know. I'm like,
when they need them for video projects, you can definitely tell when on our blab and they've taken all the lights, not just half of them. Because I'm in here like matching the orange wall because it's kind of doesn't do very well for the skin color that way.
Oh, it does though.
Yeah.
Just with the black, it looks awesome. When I do this from home, I have I call it my happy light.
Mm-hmm.
We have sad lights up here.
Yeah.
Seasonal effective. And I had one on one day and somebody was like, what kind of light do you have? And I held it up. I'm like, it's my happy light. Maybe I need to bring that in my office because it's like fluorescent, you know?
Yeah, those are nice.
Anyways, I've noticed with the algorithm on Facebook, just for this blab,
mm-hmm.
the reach on my Facebook page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Facebook does not want you directing off of Facebook unless it's to their benefit. So the photos, that's a great, because you're keeping them there, but you're still, do you notice the reach is okay that way?
It's better than just posting a link. Of course, you're going to get the best if you're doing some kind of, boosted post or, getting some kind of engagement first, on your post and then boosting it. If you can mix in both of them, then it's dynamite. Live video, as Mike mentioned, is going to be the very best way of getting great reach on Facebook right now. I mean, that's what's hot. That's what's working. It seems so as soon as we all start talking about it, like when we're all like, oh, post a photo with everything. Now everybody's doing the photo and you're not getting as much reach as you were, 6 months ago, a year ago. But now video is kind of where that's at. So live video definitely. And also boosting the posts that matter. So maybe you're not boosting all of them, but the ones that are driving traffic back to your website, use the boosting or use Facebook ads to get that. And I love the idea of video because then you're boosting the video, you're getting that seen, but then you go to call to action at the end of your videos right within Facebook's video player. And it's a double win.
That is a nice new feature.
Yeah.
I love that feature. I haven't used it yet. Have you guys used that on the videos?
Yes, for a couple of our clients. And subtitles do matter. I started hearing people talk about that and I started adding subtitles in, and that has made a big difference actually in the videos that are getting played all the way through to the end and then somebody clicking on versus not having the subtitles. That does really matter. And that has definitely helped.
Now, do you think that's just because of the autoplay? So just it's bringing that they're seeing it or it's bringing them, it's just helping to pull them in.
Yep. Because if you just see a talking head, right, you don't know what I'm talking about. And you may not want to click on it because we're all looking at Facebook while we're at work or, while you're, at your kid's softball game. I'm just speaking from experience here and, or whatever. And you're looking at it, but you're not sure if you want to turn on the sound, right? So you can see at least what it's about and hear it. Like I literally watched Gary Vaynerchuk's video the whole way through with no sound, just read the captions and watched it through that way. Same thing. Social Media Examiner, one of their videos did the same thing. And that's made a big difference. But our clients' pages, it's really helping theirs as well.
Wait, how do you get the captions?
So you're
when doing a live video?
Not the live video. It's a video boost. Like if you're putting the video on and then the boosting with it, like you're putting, just like if you were to upload a video, you can actually put that in there and turn it in with your video itself when you're uploading it to Facebook. And then you put the call to action on at the end. So
okay.
Here's a link that walks you through it. I can post that in there while you guys are.
And welcome any new peeps that joined in. Thank you for being here. And you can share over on the, right over there. It says share the last 30 seconds if you want to tweet it out to share what we're blabbing about. That would be great.
Here's a link that walks you through that, by the way, from Facebook.
Perfect. That is the link to upload a video through the boost.
Say that one more time. I got cut off.
Through the boost, through the boosting the video.
Yep. Well,
right?
you can do it without boosting it, but then if you boost it in addition to that, it's a, you know, you're getting that extra oomph that you wouldn't have had just with the video itself. So you're doubling down on that video.
Double down.
Double down.
Have you guys done a live Facebook blab?
The combination I have not done. No, I've heard of people doing those.
I know. I'm tempted to just do it.
Yeah.
And see what we get.
Now, Jessica,
I can't believe
you were getting one of those cameras that you could do. Okay. So otherwise, I mean, what are you gonna do, Tracy? Like your mobile device and then doing the screens?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
There is a camera that it's on pre-order right now, the Mevo, where you can order the camera so you're not actually holding your device, but you can guide it from your phone. And it's kind of cool because they have different versions of it. There's like one that's like kind of like a small box, almost like a GoPro, and then there's another one that's like a stand, and then it comes with a small box. So they use the example in their sales page of this video, a chef, and they showed where you can change camera angles, and stream live at the same time without needing to, kind of walk around and make it awkward, as you're getting different angles, where you can actually adjust the camera angle, zoom in. So there could literally be somebody standing off, on the side, guiding and scripting this whole production basically with camera angles, live streaming at the same time, blowing my mind. So I think this is like a game changer when it comes to live video and the creativity that we're going to see with people embracing it in their Facebook groups and in their events. I think we're just hitting that kind of this ramp up of emerging live video and how people are going to use it to change how they're doing webinars, to change how they're doing events, to productions, to the shows, commercials, everything. I'm excited.
Me too. What's the price?
It's like $400 for the bigger package, because it's $100 off if you do the pre-order. So it's not very expensive, when you think about what it can do. And yeah, the 360 camera, you can also live stream from that. Actually, I have my box on my desk here. It is this.
Are you going to order?
Yeah,
the new
I have
one?
it on pre-order already. So this is the 360 Theta camera, and this one was only like $200, and it does 360 degrees filming and photos that you can emerge. And it says it has the ability to do live streaming video, but I haven't quite figured that out on Facebook yet, so I don't know if it links it into Facebook or if it's just YouTube and all that. I'm only on like this page of the manual, but some more to go through.
You read the manual?
No, I'm not good with manuals. I don't know. I just want to figure it out and just push buttons. But
that's what I do. I live with the manual guy though. So that's amazing. I saw Mari Smith. I was always wondering how she did it, and she finally showed yesterday. Because I'm like, why isn't she? Because sometimes I shake when I'm doing my videos, and she has some sort of device. It's about that big.
I've seen it. I've seen it from, I think Jed Record had shown NASDAQ. They had something there set up, and it's like this huge rig for your phone. It looks really cool. I didn't see where to purchase it yet, but it's on my to-doist. Find out what that is and where you get it. That looks cool.
Right. Well, I'm just amazed at just the amount of reach doing a live video and how it stays up in the feed. And I'm like, well, why am I not doing this all the time right now? Because clearly my blogs don't get that kind of expo. Like clearly it's amazing.
Yeah.
It has been, absolutely. Yeah.
Mike had a good tip the other day. He was talking about doing a live intro to your blog. So, you know, like talk about your blog that you're getting ready and like maybe what inspired you and what's at the end of it, and then put the link in there. And you were sharing that idea the other day, and I thought that's a good one. There, Mr.
Good
Gingerich.
idea. And then one step further on the blog, the lead capture,
Right.
to get do you want to know more?
Exactly.
And what the lead capture is, for those that don't know, is it takes you to that pop-up where you give your email address and you get more information.
Right.
So it's a lot of clicking though to get, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Off the live video to click on the blog and then really read the whole blog. But
it works though. For the people that are really interested, if you're adding value, like the key, like with blogging now, with the shorter attention span, is not to just write call to action. It's write chunk with photo, another chunk, you know, like keep it broken out to where it's easier on the eyes, and then have your call to action that's really going to be across the board and stand out a little bit. But then inside your blog, linking other links to other blogs that are supporting what you're saying. So if maybe they stop reading halfway through, click to another, and there's still a call to action everywhere within there. And with the live video, I see now when I finish watching someone that says so many subscribed to this live video stream, would you like to subscribe? And it gives me that opt-in. I'm wondering, and Mike or Tracy, I don't know if you guys know the answer to this. Can you see the, like, who else subscribed to you, like as an email list almost from your live streaming? I haven't dug into this yet, but
for
your live
Facebook
streaming.
Live?
Yep. Because like at the end of a stream, right? Then I've just noticed now that this box pops up and it says, so-and-so people have subscribed, and gives the option to subscribe to their future streams. And I'm wondering, because I haven't live streamed like on my personal page, it's only been on now, if you can then have access to the people that have subscribed to you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I haven't played with that enough either. Then, but you're saying you're doing it on the Now page?
No. So okay, I have done it. I'm watching someone else's. Okay, when they're at the end, let's say I'm watching you, Mike, and you finished a live stream.
Yeah.
My screen, once your broadcast is over, it pops up and it says, so many people are subscribed to your stream. It gives me like that total, and then asks me, there's like a little square that says, would you like to subscribe to a future live streaming of yours? So then I could click that button and subscribe. I'm wondering though, if you yourself, like the person that's doing the stream, then has access to, but just like how you would, seeing your follower count or your friends, if you have access to see who all has subscribed to your live streaming, almost like a call to action, if you will,
No, that's interesting.
Do you want me to look at one of my?
I'm trying to
look at one.
If you're saying if I go live here, then when I'm done, we have people.
Go live.
Yeah, I wonder if somebody streamed. Like, at least if I watched it, I would be able to see it back. That's what I'm saying. I haven't streamed on my personal page, though, to see if you see something, too.
So this is my MikeGingerich.com Facebook page here, and
right.
we're going live, so we have to see if we get any people coming in. But I'll let you know. We can keep the conversation going, then we can test it out here. We'll see.
Okay. Somebody says there's no way to see who's subscribed to you.
No, I'm looking at mine too when I did one last week on my page. And so I have, all I see is the likes, the number of likes, 48 views. I had almost 700, it reached almost 700 people, but that's all it shows.
It doesn't show you who's subscribed. Gotcha.
You can see that comment. You can see some ways to do that, or putting that into a because they have website custom audiences. So that's just another type of a custom audience.
The messages feature now and your notes section in there. It's a CRM in the making. That's it. They're putting the notes for your blog. They're trying to give you all the things that you want of a website, a back end, and a community all in one. And then now they blew our minds with this instant messages that are going to be disappearing.
Have you guys used that?
I have not.
I've not seen access to it for myself. No.
Yep.
Oh, do you know where it's at?
It's supposed to be in the messenger, but I haven't used it yet.
If you go to because I'm teaching this on my 5-figure business to success course, if anybody's interested in that, I'll give you the link after.
The disappearing messages?
What's that?
You're teaching the disappearing messages piece too?
No, I'm showing where it's at. Not the disappearing messages. What is it? It's the little. I'll show you where it's at. If you go to, I don't know if I can show you on there. If you go into settings on your Facebook, I'm looking on my mobile to see if I can show you on my mobile.
Thank you.
Edit settings.
Thank you, DJ.
Okay, so if you go edit settings.
Yep.
On your Facebook, and then you go into general. And like I said, I haven't tried it. I can do it from my other laptop. If you go into settings on your Facebook page,
gotcha.
And then you go into messaging, and then you scroll all the way down, there is a little link that shows your little circle. And I don't get what that circle.
Okay, I know what you're saying. So that's your messenger code. So similar to Snapchat, that's your messenger code. So somebody can scan it. I'm not sure. I think we're just now starting to see where this is going, and I think it's almost like a Snapchat-esque kind of feature because they're noticing some of the trickle of attention and eyeballs. That even though people aren't leaving Facebook altogether, they're leaving a few minutes, or 5, 10, or 20 minutes, to go to now to spend on Snapchat in their marketing mix of time that they're playing on Facebook. Now Snapchat is stealing a few minutes away from their active users. So now Facebook has came up with this, your messenger scan code, whatever it's called, which looks like your Snapchat one. And then you can use this so people can connect with you and send you emails or messages without necessarily needing to be your friend on Facebook, is what I've heard, is the new feature to this. And we actually wrote a blog on this after watching the F8 conference that Facebook had, talking about the new features. And I'll post a link in here, and it has links to how to get.
I have not used it. Have you guys used it yet?
It looks pretty, but I haven't used it. Yeah, no.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm just. I don't know that I've started.
Yeah, I think again, like it's just now getting started with it. Like I think once the instant messaging and the disappearing messaging, is fully rolled out to everyone, because I haven't seen access to that either, Mike, yet. Once that rolls out, I think that's when people will start using it, because they're so comfortable in Facebook that they want to keep people from leaving. So
Jessica's frozen.
No, she's good.
Hopefully it was a good angle, at least. I hate it when you get frozen. Your eyeballs are up here.
Because I just stumbled upon it as I was gathering information to share with my on my online course, and I can send you how I found it, but it's almost like it's hidden. DJ seems to know a lot about it. Also, anyone who's following you already will get update when he's on the live feed.
Yep.
Yeah, it just seems like as I'm putting together my course, there's new features in Facebook like every second.
Yeah, I mean they're really continuing to innovate on the ad side, on the messenger side, and like you said, with live video items, with other features. So yeah, it's incredible the speed of change, and I think that's why hopefully this is valuable. It's just because we're kind of all collectively sharing information and keeping people abreast, of all the different pieces. It's like we've asked some questions here. Did you try this? Well, I haven't tried that. Well, what happens here if you do this? And so it's a collective learning you need in order to keep up.
And that is a key to growing your database, is to keep learning and keep growing and keep trying new things. And I think we lost our host.
Well, I'm glad that you're a co-host, so we can keep going.
Yeah, exactly. But I do have to jump off, and then probably the next 5 minutes, I put in the messenger set. I have a client call at 3, but I want to get the team around the phone and around our notes before I jump on. But
yep.
Yeah, Facebook has changed drastically with all the new updates, but I think that's why they've kept such an attentive audience, and such an audience that is spending 8 out of 10 minutes, I think is what Social Media Examiner shared, of time spent on an app is spent on Facebook. And that stat has stuck with me, is that even though there's this talk of all these new apps, Facebook is still number one, dominating. That is, still has the attention and the eyeballs. It's just about what you do on there to grow your database. And that's why it's important to grow your database, because as new things come out, you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. And especially in a basket that you don't own.
Yes, when I have it in a basket you own.
Right.
But these are things that I kind of come across, the concept. I think that it's almost like we're collectively coaches, we're trying to keep each other up to date, keep other people up to date, so that you can kind of have a resource online, and that's so important and needed. So it looks like Tracy's coming back in. Welcome, Tracy. It's spinning, so I'm not sure if bandwidth is an issue there.
Oh no, yeah, it's Blab though has had issues yesterday. I guess it wasn't just me that was spinning. Yesterday it was the
reported issue.
Yeah.
Got it.
Unfortunately, yeah. So I haven't uploaded that one to YouTube yet. I was going to see if I could fix it a little bit.
Oh, so you did notice some things in the video recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
So usually, sometimes it's not there. You hear it while we're doing it, but when you go back and watch the recording, you don't hear any of that, and you're like, oh, that was when I was definitely echoing to myself.
Okay.
It's not in the replay. So,
well, what did we want to cover? I'm just going to give the opportunity to talk about Waftio. We talked about that a little bit at the beginning, but Waftio is the lead capture tool that we've developed to help you grow your database. And the power of it is its flexibility on your website. So basically at waftio.com, you can create an app, and you can set up a simple lead capture. Let's say that you want a little pop-up widget that's going to be on the bottom right side of your web page. You can do that. And so, you can set it to have it deploy right away, deploy after a certain number of seconds, or deploy on exit intent when somebody's getting ready to leave your site, and it would pop up and give them a little message. There's your call to action with your name and email address, and whatever that call to action is. They submit that, and then it can integrate with a number of services to begin with. We have out of the gate here MailChimp, Aweber, Infusionsoft, GoToWebinar, those type of things. And that's the opportunity. You can also use Waftio as a pop-up tool so that it can be center of the page. You can also embed it in a page. So if you want to have a landing page and your call to action information, and then use that as the form for the lead capture, you can do that. So we're just trying to make it easy to help you grow your database, and knowing that that's one of the weak areas that people have on their websites, that we put that tool out there.
Yeah. Smart. I will start referring that to clients. I didn't realize you could do it as a landing page form too. I know it was a pop-up, but we were using HubSpot's free tool, but hey, you're back. Yay. When all else fails, refresh. Yeah.
Well, and I've got my Ethernet cord plugged in too. I don't know what the heck was up with that. Were you guys just talking the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're sharing.
We have to carry on.
That is the beauty of adding co-hosts, let me tell you.
Good.
Yeah.
That is a gem. Thank you for that.
Yeah, so there was no gap in the video. The video has kept going the whole time, and yeah.
Yeah.
Could you hear me?
No.
We just seen your little pretty face.
Good.
Yeah. All right.
Ah.
Well, I am going to have to pop off for a client meeting, back to work. But this has been a fast, 50 minutes. I love seeing you, both of you, and spending this time with you guys and talking about social media and marketing and how this all works, and that it's ever evolving, and that we can all still learn from one another and try out new tools together so we can be successful. So appreciate your time.
Thank you
Emily.
both for joining today.
Yes,
I've learned a lot. And
I know Jessica might have to leave. Is there any last thing that you wanted to cover, Tracy?
no, I'm sorry. I'm kind of in and out. I don't know why that is, but I just appreciate learning from you guys, and I'm going to post my 5-course menu to business success if anybody would like to check that out. That would be wonderful. And Mike, would you post your link to your lead capture Waftio? For anybody that's interested in a little bit more advanced CRM system, Waftio looks like a great way to go.
Trying to make it simple for you to grow leads on your website, to give you more flexibility with lead capture options. Yep.
I will definitely be referring that on.
All righty.
Oops. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Sorry, I'm in and out. I don't know. Anyways, thank you for joining in, everybody. Have a good day.
Have a good rest of your week. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.